Good morning, everyone. Alessandro Piovesan here from the silo at the magnificent Hunt Hill Farm. Yes, magnificent indeed. This place is so amazing. So this is the dining room area of the 1836 barn, and I just love the architectural details in this house. All the houses here are fantabulous. Yeah, but you have to come here to see it. So how is your day today? Are you feeling energized? Are you feeling refreshed to live the best day of your life? It's pretty chilly outside, I gotta tell you. Well, I got a little cold, as you can notice, so I can't really walk my dogs today. Neither could I sleep either. So I would say it's about 5:30 right now. And here I am, trying to see if I can share some ideas and some thoughts that could possibly help someone in need of simple tools that can have a great contribution to help you achieve the life of your dreams. As I've been saying in my other videos and messages, for me, okay, understand I'm just sharing thoughts, ideas, and situations that I experienced in my own life. And if you believe it's helpful to you or anyone that you know, please feel free to share. I feel blessed, I feel honored. And as you must know by now, I never had a formal education. I also never really saw myself as very smart or very bright. Right, I'm a middle school dropout, but one thing that I had was the ability to imagine the life I wanted to live. I grew up in pretty much extreme poverty, deprived of all the basic things that most people take it for granted. Starting from parental love to food on your table. Our mind is so powerful, and our subconscious mind is something that once we understand the relationship between your conscious mind and your subconscious mind, sounds weird, right? But once you understand that correlation and you're really willing to do what it takes in order to achieve a desire or make a dream come true, if that's the case, the path becomes more obvious, let's say. My dogs are having a little feast there with a bone. For example, your self-image, right? Many of the changes starts once you can see yourself in that life that you want to live, or in that lifestyle that you want to be in. If you are able to create an image of yourself, then once you have that image formed in your head, you are willing to give up whatever it takes to help you achieve that perfect image of yourself. And you are willing to do the work that is necessary to achieve that goal. Chances are it will manifest in your life. For example, I got in the United States in 1999, and in 2000 I got into a car accident. That led to my first set of back surgeries and arm surgeries and all. 3 years later, when I was released from the first treatment, in a matter of a week, I got into another accident. None of them were my fault. But I ended up having 4 major accidents, which caused a lot of damage to my spine, to my arms, to my legs, to my sciatic nerve, and many other areas. And I was in treatment for almost 14 years. Heavy duty painkillers. That was the time where, today a doctor will prescribe you 7 Percocets, 1 for each day of the week, if that much. Back in the early 2000s, they would prescribe me, 100 pills a month, 200 pills a month. Absurd cocktails of painkillers and muscle relaxants and antidepressants and all that kind of stuff. I became pretty much a gigantic couch potato. Right? Gigantic, I mean, because I gained close to 75 pounds, I would say. I was huge. I had no neck anymore. It was just a head, torso, and hair. And with my long hair, then I looked like a big ball. I hated myself. I hated the way I felt. I hated the way I looked. I have always been skinny. And suddenly here I am, fat, right? Overweight, really fat, and feeling lazy because the pills and the stuff was just driving me down all the time. But I had in my mind that image of how I wanted to be, how I wanted to live. I didn't want to be fat, I didn't want to be lazy, I didn't want to be a couch potato. But dealing with the medical situation that was beyond my control because of the pains and all the stuff that was going through was very complicated. But finally, I was able to slowly get off the medication, start accepting a little bit more of pain, right? What are you willing to give up to achieve the life of your dreams? And one thing that is hard for me to do, for example, is lose weight. Because I can't really exercise much because of my surgeries and my limitations. And so I look for help. I got pills, I got all kinds of support that could help me achieve that goal of losing my double chin and fitting in my 32 pants, which finally I fit again. And I reached that here, actually, after we moved into Hunt Hill Farm last year and started doing all the work here and moving around with stuff. I lost the last 17 pounds that I needed to lose in order to feel good about my self-image. Right? The Alessandro that I want to present. I work in my hair, work in the stuff. I had that vision in my mind. See, let's take that as an example, the paradigms, right? So a paradigm, according to Bob Proctor, is a mechanical thing that have almost absolute control over our lives. And a good example that he uses is the thermostat. When you set a thermostat to, let's say, 70 degrees, like I have now, and suddenly you observe that the temperature is starting to low, the thermostat in autopilot mode will light a little fire, and that fire will make the temperature go up and high again. So it reaches 70, stops, and keeps that automatic control. Our minds work the exact same way. We work under a paradigm as well in that mode. So if you are not able to give up things that are necessary for you to achieve that goal, it will never be achieved. Because every time, let's say you start losing the weight, right? And then you go, you start losing the weight. But then you are not seeing yourself as a person losing the weight. You're still seeing yourself as an overweight individual, as a lazy individual, whatever it is. So although you're losing that weight, temporarily is working, but if you don't keep applying yourself to it, that flame is going to kick in, and the thermostat is going to send it back, so you're going to gain that weight again. And it's going to be in that accordion mode, right? You lose, you gain, you lose, you gain. Because the paradigm or the thermostat that's operating in your head needs to be reprogrammed. So you are able to achieve that goal and maintain it. For example, it's not about being smart or being bright. It's about being able to see and apply, to see the reality you want to see and apply yourself to make that reality manifest in your life. I'm pretty sure that you know people that will blow your mind. They're super smart. They can see everything. They know everything. They make a ton of money. They're super successful, super educated. They went to Harvard, to Cornell, to whatever, right? The big universities. I know some of those people. But I'm sure you also know some people that is not near as bright or educated or anything, but they're also tremendously successful. Why? Because they apply themselves and they have that commitment to achieve that life, to achieve that lifestyle, that self-image, when you are able to envision yourself. Many times, when life gets pretty tough, which happens very often to most of us, we have the tendency of getting scared or in desperation mode. And if you're not really sure of your abilities, you're not really sure of who you are, or even especially where you want to go and where you want to be, it's going to be so hard to overcome. Everything is going to take longer. Everything is going to seem harder because sometimes we're looking for answers outside ourselves and we don't work on determining a path to follow and stick to it. Because every time if we're deviating this, today I'm just going to have their extra burger, or I'm not going to do the walk this morning, I'm going to stop taking the pill, or whatever it is, your thermostat will always be bringing you back to that point where the paradigm is controlling your mind and is controlling your life. Again, it doesn't matter the amount of tools we give you, the amount of hugs, tears, and hand holding. At the end of the day, if you are not committed to achieve the life of your dreams, it will never happen. Having the ability to dream and to envision the life you want to live is key, fundamental, in order for you to be able to achieve. That's the first step. Like, be able to envision the life, everything you dream, everything you want. Then, analyze everything that you do in your life that is not comparable to the life you want to live. You gotta wipe out, clear, and move on. Understanding that it's all about a mindset. A mindset. The physical reaction or the physical reality that you are in, the consequences, sometimes makes you doubt that you're doing the right thing, that you're going in the right direction, because we expect fast results. And one of the fastest results you can generate is conditioning your mind to go towards the life of your dreams. In those moments when you're feeling lost, right, away from yourself, because your unconscious mind, your subconscious mind doesn't really know the difference between reality, fantasy, I'm suffering, I'm happy. It just knows how far you are from that temperature on a thermostat. Too hot, too cold, come back here. So come back home, come here, where you know who you are, everything that you've been through. Look at those past achievements and how you got to them, or the bad stuff that you faced in your life and you were able to overcome. And that will show you the power, the strength that you have to go after the life of your dreams. You have all the tools you need in yourself, but you can always get other little tools to help you, put this puzzle, shift that paradigm, and achieve the life of your dreams. It's all possible. It's all doable. If I've done it, anyone can do. Believe me. Life was pretty generous to me in the sense of the amount of crap that I had to handle to be here today. Everything started almost 50 years ago and took me decades to be able to finally find myself and understand who I am, where I am, where I'm going, what I want from my life. I always knew what I wanted from my life, but now has finally manifested in ways that are far better than I could ever imagine possible. And thinking that for many, many times I thought of giving up. Giving up life, giving up living, because I was just fed up. Why so much? And just for me. Now I understand. It sharpened my ability to troubleshoot stuff, to face problems and obstacles in life. And you can do it too. It all depends on where you want to go in the life that you want to live. Talking about that, starting January 22nd, we will do the first of Silo Experiential Workshop Series, Survivor to Thriver, Tools to Get You Unstuck, with the full support of Healthcare Advocates International from Stratford. They're amazing people. And we have a group of professionals and speakers, and it's a one-day full workshop. We're even going to feed you awesome food, and you'll be able to experience tools from different professionals that could contribute to help you achieve the life of your dreams. In the meantime, if you're looking for a place to re-energize, learn about history, connect with Mother Nature, and just feel good, come to Hunt Hill Farm, visit the silo. If I'm around, we can have a conversation. I'll be glad to give you a tour and tell you some of the history. But in the meantime, I wish you a fantabulous day filled with love, with a self-image that demonstrates the amazing life you want to live, the strength to pursue your dreams, and an abundance, tons of positive vibrations. Always. Thank you.